You plan to study at 9 a.m. You wake up, you pick up your phone just to check one notification, 2 hours disappear. And somehow, by the time you actually sit down to study, your brain refuses to focus, even though 5 minutes ago you were scrolling for 2 hours straight without any effort at all. That's not a discipline problem, that's a brain problem. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why it happens and exactly what to do about it. Here's the cycle almost every student knows too well. You decide tonight that tomorrow will be different. You wake up motivated. Then one small glance at your phone turns into an hour of scrolling. You finally open your laptop, sit through a lecture, but your mind keeps drifting back to your phone. By the end of the day, you've barely studied, and you feel guilty, exhausted, and a little bit like a failure. You start telling yourself the story, I just don't have discipline. But that story is wrong. This isn't about willpower. It's about what happens inside your brain when it's forced to juggle constant decisions and constant digital noise, and that's a much bigger problem than screen addiction. Quick honesty check. How many of these sound familiar? You pick up your phone before doing anything else in the morning. You've finished a lecture but can't recall a single concept from it. You've told yourself just 5 minutes and lost an hour. You feel tired after a day where you didn't do anything physical. If you scored 2 or more, this video is exactly for you. Let's go inside your skull for a second. Every decision you make, even tiny ones, like should I check this message, is processed by a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. It's your control center for focus, planning, and self-control. Here's the problem. Researchers studying cognitive fatigue have found that after hours of demanding mental work, a chemical called glutamate builds up in this exact region of the brain. That buildup makes the prefrontal cortex less effective, leaving you feeling foggy, impulsive, and mentally drained, even if you never left your chair. Neuroscientists call this decision fatigue, and studies suggest the average person makes tens of thousands of decisions a day. Your brain simply wasn't built to process that volume of choices without paying a cost. Now add modern technology on top of that, 3 things make it worse. 1, the multitasking myth. You're not actually doing 2 things at once. You're rapidly switching between tasks, and every switch forces your brain to shut down one process and reboot another. That constant switching burns energy and weakens memory formation, which is part of why research links heavy multitasking with lower academic performance. 2, the notification trap. A single buzz or red dot hijacks the same alert system your brain once used to detect danger. And research shows your focus breaks the moment that notification appears, whether or not you actually pick up the phone. Once broken, deep focus can take up to 20 minutes to rebuild. 3, digital amnesia. When your brain knows information is one search away, it stops bothering to store it. Surveys show the vast majority of people now treat the internet as an external memory. Convenient, but it also means your brain quietly outsources the exact skill you're trying to build: retention. Put it together, and you get what feels like productivity but isn't. Highlighting slides, replaying lectures, scrolling notes, it feels like progress. But it's passive consumption, not active learning. That's why you can study for 3 hours and still blank out on the exam. So, you're not lazy and you're not broken. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem is that your phone and laptop are trying to be your teacher, your entertainer, and your escape all through the same screen. Your brain can't tell those roles apart, so the moment you sit down to work, part of it is already looking for a reward. That's not addiction, that's conditioning, and conditioning can be retrained. Here are 5 changes that actually rebuild focus. 1. No social media before your first study session. Even 20 minutes of deep work matters more than an hour of half-focused scrolling first thing in the morning. 2. Practice active recall. After reading or watching something, close the device and explain it out loud or on paper in your own words. Wherever you get stuck is exactly what you don't actually know yet. 3. Time block your distractions. Don't try to quit social media, schedule it. A fixed 30-minute window each evening trains your brain to expect the reward later, not immediately. 4. Redesign your environment. Willpower alone won't beat a phone sitting next to your notebook. Turn off notifications, use one browser tab, and put your phone in another room. Removing the trigger is more powerful than resisting it. 5. Set small, honest goals and take real breaks. Your goal isn't a 10-hour study marathon. It's simply starting your morning without opening social media first. Short breaks and even brief naps between sessions actually improve memory consolidation. Think of them as a reset button for your brain. The goal was never to make you a perfect student. It's to help you work with your brain instead of against it. Technology isn't the villain here. The real issue is a relationship with your screen that's passive and distracted instead of active and intentional. So here's your one step. Pick just one of these 5 rules and try it tomorrow morning before you touch social media. If you want more videos that help you think more clearly, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.